knocking on heaven's door.
All right, next up, we do have an Indian fighter in the finals up against Russian.
What have you got? What's the lineup after that? You've got how many more fights? Oh, there's only 3 or 2?
3 fights left.
Okay.
Oh man, you might miss Hassan.
Oh man.
Carl is going to have to leave us. He's got a train to catch, so will not be here till the end. I'll probably loop in another co-commentator, although no one can replace Carl Strugnell.
I very well hope so. Glad to hear.
Maybe I'll get Val
Hey, anybody but Val. That's totally forbidden. Don't push your luck. Don't push your luck.
Just send a little jab at you, you know.
I know.
Just being playful. All right, this game's underway. We do have a D4 opening. This almost looked like my Stonewall attack, but it is not, with that knight firmly rooted on F3 and no bishop outside of the pyramid. This is not a London. This is not a Stonewall. We are trading off the light square bishops, the queen coming into play.
So this is a Collie system, they call it.
Collie, okay.
And it is slightly different because the bishop on C1 is trapped behind the pawn chain. So there's like a variation of this. They call the Collie Zucator when they played that bishop in fianchetto, like b3, bishop b2. Here they haven't done that. It's like a Collie pure. This is messy, and they are playing way too fast compared to... Well, okay, so knight, they say knight on f8, no mate, right? And so this is knight on f1, no mate, because that knight's attacked. It's messy. There could be e5, there could be a number of ways, but you definitely can't play this without...
This is an aggressive attack from our Russian fighter here.
Well, he's a strong chess player.
Okay.
He actually beat Tomakeznev last year. So he knows what he's doing. He's around the 2,000 mark.
So Saha hanging in there. Not much development. He's kind of forced onto his starting ranks here.
So if the knight moves, so the knight's... Oh, there's so many pins and traps. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
He did. Oh, that... No, that doesn't matter. He can now take it. He thought that... it was pinned. It was... You need to take your time.
Because the knight moved back to separate the rook from the bishop. It was not pinned. So when the knight sprung into action thinking it was forking the king and the queen... really, because of that brilliant knight move by Ilsur, it was not pinned, and it was just a free piece.
You need to take half a second on these things, at least, to see what's changed in the position.
10 seconds left in this round, and we will see a boxing round, although it was a little close to mate there for a brief amount of time. So over a minute of advantage for the Russian, and my goodness, he's scary.
Yeah, because he's very well-rounded. He's just as good at chess as he is in boxing.
Extremely well-rounded. This is who we saw go up in the early round against the Gambian fighter, Mari. And he checkmated in the first round, so we didn't get to see that clash between two great boxers. Would have loved to see them two go at it.
Yeah, because, okay, when it comes to boxing, I have to say, like, the Gambian, I've never seen anything like it in real life. I've seen it on TV, maybe. But that's raw talent, boxing-wise.
Yeah.
I would love to have that guy like at least 16, 1700, and like then he's a killer.
Absolutely. Start coaching him, man. That might be your customata Mike Tyson.
Oh, that could be.
I make friends with him before you take the train.
I could even move to Gambia.
Why not? Go check it out. See if it's nice.
Why not?
Let me know.
I know Uganda's on the map.
It's getting
now.
weird in the United States. Oh, man. Wow. Fiery start from the Russian. Very strong shots. Man, I would not want to be the Indian right now. Although, pretty strong counter so far. Not shying away from the Russian.
Well, he doesn't have a choice because I think he is now down on the chest.
Good head movement, too.
And that advantage.
Anticipating a rush, he throws a hook to keep it at bay. The hook did its job, though. It kept the Russian back. Great 1-2 lands for the Indian. The Indian showing good boxing prowess. Very Russian style. The bounce forward, bounce back, the long, clean shots, very technical.
The pendulum steps. But the Indian obviously spending a lot of hours in the gym.
The Russian is loading up a little bit on his jab. He's telegraphing it, which the Indian's pretty good with his head movement. It's making that jab not land as well as it could for the Russian. That's a better, quicker jab that he didn't load up on.
I think he might have a slight superiority complex, thinking this is going to be easier than it actually is. He's already...
Oh, my gosh. Wow. A 1-2 lands clean on the chin and looks like it did some damage to the Russian while the Indians chant in the stands, giving their fighter more energy. That's a beautiful combination.
It was. It was.
Good slip inside, counter jab to the body. At the beginning of the round, I thought it might have been decided by boxing, but now it's looking like it might come back to the chest. These are pretty evenly matched boxers.
Well, definitely, I think I'm giving the round to the Indian, as a matter of fact.
Good distance control, good timing. I mean, really good defense so far from the Indian, too.
And the cleaner shots, right?
Yeah. I think the best punch of the round so far goes to the Indian with that clean 1-2 right down the middle. That right hand did some damage. Although the Russian looking calm and composed, I don't think that damage has sustained. I think he's okay. A good leaping lead hook also lands for the Indian. Good head movement. Counter right goes just wide of the Russian. Russian with good head movement too. 10 seconds left. Why does he keep touching gloves like that? Goes for a jab to end the round, but it is back to the chest. I think the Russian knows he's in control of the chest. I think he felt the power of his Indian opponent with that big combination that he threw about middle way through the round. And I think he's like, all right, I'm just going to go back to the chessboard. Like, maybe I won't mess with this guy too much.
He definitely came with the intention of dominating in both, and he's like, well, okay, I'll give you that much.
And to quote a wise chess boxing philosopher, why win twice?
Why win twice? It's always more interesting when there isn't a possibility of winning twice, because the matchmaking must have gone wrong somewhere if you're better at both. I mean, you'd come away with it with a sense of, arrogance, whereas here you always have to be humble, even in victory.
Amen. Always good to be humble.
Humber, too.
Humber. Been talking for 6 days straight.
So there's a piece more, and it's obviously not possible to compensate that with the slight kind of weird semi-weakness around the Black King from the fact that he's advanced that G pawn so far. It's almost bizarre kind of position. That actually, it looks like the queen's pinning the knight, but it's the opposite. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I'm not sure.
One illegal move, black.
All right, illegal move for black.
What?
So there is a chance for the Indian. I mean, if there's 3 illegal moves in this round, the Indian will win.
Yeah, don't count on it, though. I think it was slightly misplaced. He just... But I see Ilsur is kind of panicking. He didn't think he thought it was going to be a walk in the park.
And it is not. All right, doubled up rooks on the D file means trouble for that rook, who is protected on the D file. But if black attacks, he will win 2 rooks.
Yeah,
something needs to be done here.
I really like how black's placed the pieces. Now knight will come to D4. Always constantly surveilling all these squares like E2 and
very
F3
confused
check.
by that queen move. Why to the corner?
Yeah, why indeed? Well, hide it away, make him forget about it, and then play rook E1 and rook E8 mate.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't believe in it because it's just too telegraphed, you know.
Oh, he's offering a trade instead.
Yeah, well, that has to be bad.
Well, now E1.
Now E1.
Now E1.
Now E1. I mean, you can't trade when you're down.
Wait,
everybody knows that rule.
E1, then rook D1 to force the trade.
No, you take it. No. What happened there?
Where did he move? He just moved the pawn. He just
I don't
moved
understand
A2.
this. I don't understand that. I understand if people, are playing bad chess, but here the guy is a decent chess player, and all of a sudden just goes
a horrible
completely
move.
blank.
Horrible move.
Like, who would even think of A3 when this is going on?
Yeah, I mean, maybe thinking that because it's protected. I mean, of course, it's an improper calculation, but maybe think because the queen's protecting it. But, man, E1 would have been his shot at glory.
That would have been his...
Thank God we get to see another boxing round here, though.
A bit of a Hail Mary shot, I don't believe, because it's just... Okay, but actually, the rook D1, and then rook E1, because the guy could start thinking, oh, he just doesn't want to exchange, right? He's not seeing the intention behind it.
That's right. All right, well, very evenly matched boxing round in the last one. Let's see if the Indian can make something happen. He did show some shimmers of power and of doing some damage to the Russian. He will, at this point, need to exact some sort of advantage in the boxing because he is losing in chess. Seconds out, the Latvian referee signals to the timekeeper. There's the bell, and the round is underway. Ooh, watch the rabbit punch to the back of the head.
Yeah.
He came back just short, to his credit, though. There was that big right hand, almost landed. It caught a little bit of the guard of the Russian, so not landing clean. Oh, my God, another. It stumbled him just a bit, too. Woo! Man, that's so exciting when he lands those. He's got a right hand on him. Another great look at that technique. He's knocking the guard away in order for his right hand to find the mark. So he's using his left hand to knock his opponent's left hand away, and then the right hand is finding its mark over the blocked away left hand. He's doing it again. He likes knocking the guard away. I like that little trick. If you started tortoising on me, that was my plan for you. I was going to rip some guard away.
Oh, you were going to do a Lomachenko.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Yeah, but I had
but
something
you
to
didn't
counter.
too much.
No. I mean, I actually figured maybe I should just taught it right from the start, have a bit of fun.
Bulldoze into me. All right, back to this boxing action, though. Good up jab. Really impressed by the Indian's boxing. And to his chest, except for that rook blunder. Hook going just short. Good jab. I think the Indian is summoning up his energy again. And I think he has one more big go at it before the end of the round. Maybe he can put him down. And the chanting begins. Usually this is when he does something big. Maybe he looks vulnerable. Maybe he baits in the Russian. Maybe he knocks away the guard again and throws a big right hand. He needs to do something, though. There's the right hand. Not landing clean. It kind of grazed the temple, though. That is on target, just not hard enough.
Nice lead uppercut. Oh, when there's that clinch, they have that tendency to rabbit punch. I really dislike that. You know, I find that, you know, boxers, it's supposed to be like getting points in the clinch, like touching. These points shouldn't even be counted. We should just tell the boxers you're not going to get anything from it. You don't knock the guy out like that. You just, you know, give him extra damage for no reason at all.
Yeah, and there's the bell. The Indian does not get it done. He is about to head back to a very precarious position on the board. So kudos to the Russian in complete control that round. I mean, there were 3 that I can remember, big right hands. One that did some serious damage, stumbling his opponent. But otherwise, the Russian dominating the center of the ring, landing more of the shots, and coming back to a position that favors him on the chessboard.
The determination of Ilsur, he does remind me a bit of like a Shimaev or a Hamzat, or, you know.
Could see that, yeah.
You could see that it's the warrior nation.
Yeah, he needs a little bit bigger of a beard and to get rid of that hair on top.
Oh, we'll get the marketing team to relook him completely.
Yeah, so completely dominant position here. Up a rook and 2 minor pieces.
Almost difficult to know which way to go around winning, because there's so many options at this point. It's a piece and a rook. I would probably start with a knight f3 check, just for good measure.
And then you have that nice outpost. You can slide around the back door.
Yeah.
You can pin the knight to the king.
Bring the other knight in if you wanted to.
Right. Maybe trade off the knight.
Maybe trade off a knight, just a defender left. I mean, I'm out of...
a lot of options.
Yeah. There was actually also rook e2, because that was defending by the knight, and then f2 was going to be shaky.
I mean, if he wants style points, he finishes this before time runs out. But there's only a minute left on the clock, too. He could just move.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing, but he did miss a mating net. Oh, but he got done instead.
Yeah, wins the queen. That is all the weapons except for the rank 1 knight, which now falls.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
It's mate. It's checkmate. It is checkmate.
Very pretty mate in the middle of the board. You don't see that often where there's no pieces around the king. So good style points for the Russian. Clear victor on the board. And weathered the storm from a pretty strong Indian boxer. So shout out to India for a really good competitor. And what is that flag?
Is that Uzbekistan? I believe it could be.
I thought he was Russian, but is he Kyrgyzstani?
For me, that's Uzbekistan, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, our cheat sheet says Russia, but he is bringing up a different flag. Maybe he's from another nation and fighting for Team Russia. They're bringing in ringers. So a 2-time world champion now. Last year beating Thomas Kavanagh, and this year defeating the Indian opponent, who was Saha. So shout out to Saha. Really good fight. But Ilsur, once again, coming out victorious and giving another world title to Russia.